I wonder if anybody's actually going to watch this video. Does anybody care anymore? Because it sure doesn't look like the Bills do. What's going on? How's everyone feeling? Describe your mood to me. Because it's almost immune. I'm just numb about it. I'm mad that I'm not more mad. Because my expectations as a Bills fan have just fallen, and they're just so low. They've fallen so far over the past 13 years from almost expecting the team to make the playoffs to just expecting things like this to happen, and I just keep hoping they make me eat my words and prove me wrong, and they never ever do. What is there to even talk about the 49er game? It was the exact same thing as the second half of the Patriot game. So that means in the last 5 quarters, trying to count back, the last 5 quarters we've been outscored 76-10 in 5 quarters. 76-10. You want to go back further than that? The last 6 quarters, it's 90-17. This is disgusting. We've given up 1,200 yards of offense in the last 2 games. 1,200. 1-2-0-0. Is that possible? I didn't think it was possible. For the first time in NFL history, a team had a 300-yard passer, or 300 yards passing, and 300 yards rushing. The numbers are mind-boggling. It's like defensively, and obviously people are going to rush to blame Dave Wanstead, and obviously he needs to shoulder some of the blame. But I think Chan Gailey does too, and I think the players need to shoulder blame as well. Wanstead is setting out the same scheme on every play, and I don't think we have very talented linebackers outside of Barnett. And I brought this up last week, but Arthur Moats is not getting it done. Nigel Bradham came in and made mistakes. Why can't Kirk Morrison see the field? Why? Why is he inactive? He's better than that. He's a veteran linebacker. Put him on the field. I don't care if he's on a 1-year deal. You got to win now. And you put Arthur Moats out there to see what you got, and he's got nothing. I like the guy as a person, but as a starting strong side linebacker, weak side linebacker, whatever the frig he plays, no. Kelvin Shepard's making a ton of mistakes. He constantly jumps holes. Or Kelvin Shepard he has a promising future, I'd say. He just has to learn to be more patient. He rushes to make decisions. He either, tries to jump a gap on defense to stop the ball carrier against a run, but he gets swallowed up by some blocker or opens up another hole by not being there, by jumping another hole. He needs to be there and wait for the running back to make a decision. He needs to if I can quote the Mighty Ducks, make him make the first move. I know that you want to be proactive and you want to make plays in the backfield. That's understandable, but you're not going to do that. And he's just not making any plays because he's doing that every time against the run and against the pass. Here's what I'm noticing most, in case you haven't noticed. Against the pass, he bites on the play action every single time. Every single time. He's not great in zone coverage. He's got a lot of growing to do, and you know what? He hasn't played that much, so that's fine. It's not fine, but I don't even know what to say anymore. It's not fine, but it's discouraging to see that he's not learning, but hopefully he still can. Moats, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Not that he's not capable, I just don't foresee it. I don't think he's going to get the opportunities. I think he needs to get benched. Like I said, Wanstead keeps throwing out the same look at every defense. It's so plain Jane. 4-man front, whatever, zoned, man, what doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what they do. Gilmore got beat bad on the Crabtree touchdown after the Chandler fumble, which I'm not against, really. I like to see them moving the ball, or trying to move the ball with 3 timeouts before the half on the road. You don't plan on your sure-handed tight end losing the handle like that. Sucks, but it happened. It's 2 fumbles right before half that have cost us, well, not cost us points, essentially cost us points, because it cost us scoring points against the Patriots, and it cost us 7 points defensively against the 49ers. And that was really the straw that broke the camel's back, so to say. Played well. McKelvin played pretty well on special teams. Sucks that he got a holding called back. You know, whatever. It was holding. Bird was holding. He was. What are you going to do? He had another nice punt return, another nice kick return, I think. That's the positives. I'm still stuck on the defense over here. Mario Williams went from one side to the other side. He lined up with the left tackle, still did nothing. What are Darius and Kyle Williams doing? They're good players, right? We've seen them be good players. We know Mario Williams is a good player. Yes, we know that. Maybe he's not right now, but we know that he is a good player. And they're just not getting off blocks. And the linebacker play isn't great. That's what it boils down to. Is it's just cascading effect down. The defensive linemen aren't getting off blocks. They aren't getting to the ball. Excuse me for like 3 seconds, because I'm going to go kill this dog. This is my dog. This is what made all the noise last week. This is it. Look at her. She's like, she fits in my hand. I'm going to let her sit right here, though. Okay. Cascading effect. Defensive linemen not getting off blocks. Not getting into the backfield. Linebackers not doing much of anything. They can't cover. They can't stay in zone coverage. They can't get into the backfield and make plays. They can't blitz. They aren't blitzing. Maybe they can blitz, but they aren't doing it. And it's having a negative effect on the corners and the safeties, the defensive backs, because guys are running wide open underneath them. They try to bite on the guys underneath them. The guys are going over top of them. Nobody's getting anything on the run. All the linebackers and defensive linemen are getting swallowed up by blockers. The secondary is making tackles, or being forced to make tackles 8-9 yards downfield. It's miserable, and it's partly scheme, but partly players. Dave Wanstead needs to come up with something else. Bottom line, that's what he needs to do. He needs to come up with something else. Chan Gailey needs to get in his ear. I don't know what Chan Gailey knows about offense or about defense. I feel like he's just saying, here's the keys to the car. Do whatever you want with the defense, because I'm just going to worry about the offense. And you just can't have that. Say what you want about like guys like Rex Ryan, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh might be a more offensive-minded coach, but he still has some input on the defense, and look how great they are. Rex Ryan might be a defensive-minded coach, but he still has some input on the offense. The offense is bad, but he still has some sort of input on it. It sounds like he knows what he's talking about when they ask him about it. Gailey was asked what's going on, and he had no answers. He's like, I wish I found the answers. You're the coach. You got to find the answers. You got to grab this thing, you know where, by the what, you know. You need the keys to the Cadillac. Gailey needs to take over. In all phases, he really does. And I know he doesn't know much about defense. Said he coached defense in the 80s. It's a little bit different now. It's just, there needs to be more oversight. I don't think, Gailey needs to sit down with Wannstedt and say, what's going on? Let's watch the tape together. Let's see what's going on. Where are these guys making mistakes? And then getting these guys' ears about it. Mario Williams, come on, bro. Like, of people who are given much is expected. I'm not sure if that's the way that goes. You know, but that's essentially the adage. We've given you a lot. We expect a lot. And we're getting no return on investment right now. I know it's only been 5 games. You still have over half a season to prove me wrong. And maybe you will. But something's got to change. Somebody's attitude. They need some sort of leadership. Somebody's got to step up. It's just because it's ridiculous right now. And I know. Look, I spent almost 12 minutes just talking about defense. So let's just screw that, ball that up, throw that out. Offense. I mean, defense isn't putting them in good positions. But Fitz just can't. You can't make a throw to the sideline. He just can't do it. If he has to sit in the pocket, make a throw to the middle of the field, between the hash marks, maybe even between the numbers, fine. But if he needs to go to the sideline, it is just brutal. And I don't know if that's... this is the first... It's not the first time I've noticed it, but it's the first time I've noticed it being this bad. I don't know if that was David Lee maybe trying to correct his mechanics too much or something, but he cannot throw to the sideline. What was that pick? What the hell was that? Threw up a fly ball. He missed Johnson on the sideline 100 times. But then when he has to stand tall and make a play in the middle of the field, he can do it. They need to run the ball more. They were behind. They couldn't run the ball that much, but I'm starting to get a little skeptical about this Jackson-Spiller balance thing. Because they both look like feature backs that need to touch the ball 20 times. And maybe we should run the ball 40 times. And pass 15 or 20. I don't know how many plays we're going to get, but that might be an even, that might work. It's just, they need to figure something out. Because they look like a team that's beaten. That just knows they're beaten. They're beaten and they know it. Is essentially what I just said. I was encouraged by Johnson, Johnson's tweets last night. If you saw him, check him out. If you didn't see him, check him out. Because I hope he's the kind of leader that we need. He needs to get back to his old seventh round Stevie, which is what he called himself last night. Because 2 years ago, even though the Bills were 4-12, we were having fun watching them. Because they were a bunch of, we call them like the whole Island of Misfit Toys thing. They were amusing. I don't know. They were trying very hard. And right now, it almost seems like the effort isn't there. It's like there's a bunch of guys who wanted to get paid. A couple of them got paid. And it's just not, it's not the same. They got that veteran, they got that contract hangover or something. I wish I had more answers for you. I'm just trying to explain this the best I can. We play the Cardinals this week. I'm going. I'll be there. I got my tickets stashed down there somewhere. Going on Friday, coming back on Monday. That'll be a hell of a flight. But, I'm looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking hella forward to it. But if they put on another performance like they have the past 6 quarters, something's got to change. Has to. Somebody has to get fired, cut, bench, whatever. I don't think they'll lose that bad. That's what I said last week, too, and they did. I did pick them to lose last week. So that would put me at 4-1 on the season if you're keeping track at home. Doing a little bit better than I did last year, I think. I don't remember. But they play the Cardinals this week. They got a lot of injuries, or the Bills got a lot of injuries on the offensive line. Who's going to play? Sam Young might start at right guard. Jesus. Tap dancing Christ. Like, oh my God. Reinhardt might not be able to play because of his injury. Colin Brown can't play. Cordy Glenn and Urbic didn't even make the trip out west. There's so many injuries on the offensive line. This is a game they have to have. They really have to have this game. I guess they don't. It just feels like they do. I just need to see somebody get back on track. Knowing the character of the guys in that locker room, they just need to get this train moving in the right direction. They're capable. We know they are. I know they are. I have faith that they are. I can't pick them to win based on the last 6 scores. I can't do it, especially on the road against Arizona, who's got a good defense. Mind you, their offense. Did you see their offensive line last Thursday? Pathetic. We have to get some pressure. Have to. If we don't, then we know that probably Wanstead's got to get fired. Or somebody's got to get fired. Cardinals had 10 days to prepare for this because they played last Thursday. Their defense is good. Dockett and who's all? I don't even who do they have? Patrick Peterson, Adrian Wilson, bunch of other guys. Darrell Washington. They're talented on defense, but susceptible. The Rams only scored 17 points, but that's the Rams. I think we can move the ball better than the Rams on the ground and through the air. I really do. And Kolb is not that good a quarterback, especially with that pathetic offensive line in front of him. I'm worried about Fitzgerald and who's going to cover him, Gilmore and all that. But I mean, the game is there. We can take it. Just don't think we will, guys. Can't pick them to win based on the last couple games. And we're on the road. I hope you understand. So I'm going to pick the Cardinals to beat the Bills. 20... I'm going to say close. I'm going to keep it close. 28-27. There you go. It's going to be a heartbreaker, which is just what I need when I'm there. But guys, let's look at this 18-minute video. Thanks for watching. I'm done. This is it. Go Bills.